Hey, this is Obelisk speaking, doing a One Piece chapter review, 993. And we started with the cover page, and it appears Lola is finally getting married. I'm hoping this is the end of this little saga. To be fair, on Oda's side, he really never showed was it Page or Pound? Pound get fully decapitated, so he left that ambiguous. So that's a point for him, I guess. And we start off and we get caught off from everything. We're back in the flower capital and they appear to be celebrating, and you see like there's celebrations going on in the entire flower capital. And they have like a statue of Odin with a palm strike, doing a palm strike, like an inflated statue. I wonder if that's foreshadowing to, because it kind of looks, if you take away the chin and you see the hair, I don't know if this me, it looks like Luffy in a way. Could be Luffy. Luffy doing some sort of palm strike, which is also foreshadowing Ryo. And we also see this other figure, and it's supposed to be like a spirit, but it kind of looks like Yamato. So I don't know if this is foreshadowing something about Yamato. And they're all wishing like if something were, a miracle were to happen. So they're cutting loose, you know. This is the day they can only cut loose, so they do it. And they're all celebrating, cheering. And apparently there's no pollution because, you know, the factory and the prisons are all shut down. So they're all, since dancing enjoys yourself, for today is Fire Festival. Yeah, pretty much. And we finally get to see, when we get back to the action, and we finally get to see Queen's plague bullets. And appears to be some sort of ice Oni. And we're going back to this Oni stuff, which is, I believe, Kaido's race. So we go here. Yeah, Ice Oni. That's what he calls it. And it appears to be infecting everybody. So pretty much it targets everybody. So, and he does say that this floor is finished. Like this floor is done for. He says, lock the doors because this floor is done for. And he says it's one of his masterpiece. But again with the Ice Oni. And they look pretty intense, I'm not going to lie. But I don't know how effective, because we got Marco, Chopper, and Law, like the broken doctor. So, and then we get see a diagram, like a little map here, and we see where Luffy is. So Luffy is in B1, I believe B1. Yes, B1. And we see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's 5 floors, 6 if you count the top one. And there's 2 underground floors. And Luffy is in. How the hell did he get there? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, how did he get to B1? I don't get it. And then we see, like, one of the worst devil fruits in existence, pretty much. He literally has a gorilla growing on his hand. Animal Kingdom Pirates headliner. Broskol. And he literally has a gorilla. Like, how does this work out for him? Where the gorilla always attached to his hand. Like, oh my god. This is probably a curse. I would be hating Kaido if this was me. And we see Luffy and Sanji are like kind of shocked about it. And he starts doing like some sort of Gatling punch. Some sort of like rapid fire punch, and Sanji's like calling him out. Like, this is lame. But Sanji is also stating the obvious. Like, you gotta conserve your strength to fight Kaido. And Luffy's also, well, if I help you beat him, like, you'll be faster. And he's gonna write. But that's where Jinbei enters the scene, and he completely one-shots this gorilla, man. Good riddance. With his shark brick fist. And then Luffy and Sanji. And Sanji gets a little salty here. He's like, who put you in charge? I'm the one dragging Luffy along. And Jinbei's like, oh, You are sorry. And he's like, sorry. And we can understand by Jinbei. Jinbei understands how careless and how, like, he has zero directions Luffy is. So that's why maybe Jinbei ran ahead and tried to help Luffy out. Because Jinbei was with him in Marineford. And so does Sanji and Zoro understand that. But Zoro is also the same as Luffy, so pretty much. So we see now it's three monster trios here. Sanji, Luffy, and Jinbei. Pretty much unabated. And then we see that Yamato is still chasing Momonosuke. And we see Boa Hang is like pretty much an information network. And I wonder how she's able to see through the cat. Has to do something with this paper or what's going on here. And King is pretty much the general here. He's like strategizing everything. And he deduces as soon as you kill Momonosuke, the samurai give up. But he also states that the pirates are a different matter, I suppose. Because, yeah, the pirates are pirates. They don't really care. Though Luffy's crew would care about Momonosuke's death. Unclear if Law would. And then we see Sasaki finally get locks on to her. And we see Shinobu dodging an explosion. But she doesn't dodge arrows in the back. Like, this woman just gets pierced through the back, arrows after arrow. Where's her armament hockey? Like, what the hell? They don't even look cool, and she's like bleeding. She got her bad. Well, I think she got her back. And Yamato's like, what happened? And that's where another group enters. And this turtle-looking dude just comes up here and is about to pretty much take them both out. And this is where Shinobu just says, like, run. And Momonosuke is questioning if he should run. But then the reality of things, like, what can he really do? Like, there's nothing he can really do. Even in his dragon form. But then again, his dragon form, he might be more powerful. But we don't know. And Yamato just, once again, one-shots this dude. Like, Yamato, like... And then we see Momonosuke's, like, completely shocked about this. Yamato just one-shots this guy. And the Animal Kingdom Pirates Armored Division finally enters, like... And we see, like, Sasaki is pretty much just riding them. Or riding a giant rhino. And Sasaki's just, I guess... He just says, so you intend to interfere with this, young Master Yamato. And he's pretty much, I am not interfering, I'm fighting for Kozuki. So yeah, she pretty much has her allegiance set up, so she's not changing sides. Then we go to what we left off with. And it appears Kaido has been knocked out. Kaido's in the floor, but then Kaido, they start all charging toward him to kill him, to kill the finishing blow. But as we find out the hard way, Kaido, this is going to be up for debate. Kaido pretty much states that in his spirits, he saw a vestige of, he saw like a vague form of Odin, which reminded him of the past. And, you know, Kaido really states that it could have let you kill me. Like, just because they kind of resembled Odin, he would have allowed them to kill him. So it seems Kaido really does regret the outcome of the fight between Odin and him, which is understandable. But then then the reality of things is sets in. He states, but you are not Odin. There will never be a monster samurai of his like again. And this tells me, like, has this dude ever fought in Mihawk? Like, world's greatest swordsman? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly believe Dracula Mihawk can beat Odin. Period. Because Odin was a dual swordsman, and Dracula Mihawk is the greatest swordsman. But then again, maybe if Odin was still alive right now, and he would go up against Mihawk, Mihawk would 100% win. Because of what he is. but maybe in the past, maybe not so. And this is and now Kaido states something very important, and we see like, I think this is the first time we see this, but we see like these little clouds forming around his arms, around his body, and this, I think this is the first time I've seen this, where he draws. But then, and after that, he states the wounds are too shallow. They're not even deep enough or powerful enough to reopen his old scar. So pretty much where they hit him, they didn't reopen his old scar. Like those are just flesh wounds to him. They're like, and it's kind of disappointing in a way, cause you see Raizo pulling out broken moves, Kinemo cutting his fire, and like they're literally doing 0 damage to him. Like, Jesus Christ. I was getting concerned, but now that I see they're doing 0 damage, like, yeah. And he says you can't do it, and he seems to suck in air, and he roars. And Denjiro states, or who is it? Kyoshiro states, invisible slashes. And you see they're cutting the mountaintops, and they notice them. And this is where like Kiko gets decimated. We see her hand just get completely caved, and her sword gets cut off. And everyone's like, Kiko. So, is she out? We see her eyes pretty much fading into like nothingness. So this could be that she's out. Well, I'm hoping she's out. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping the carnage begins and the slaughterfest starts. And seems Kaido's finally taking this seriously. And the fact that they did no damage. Oh my god. These scabbers are gonna get destroyed. And we see the first casualty. Now, on the plus side, you could say, like, this is not a big deal because, 3 overpowered doctors here. This isn't really a threat. But then again, even these doctors cannot resurrect the dead. So, we'll see where this goes. As for the chapter, I think it's a pretty good chapter. It's probably, in terms of ranking, probably an 8. Because it did progress the story, and Kaido is now finally taking this serious. And as for the next chapter, I don't know. I hope we continue on to this fight. And we finish this fight because, chapter 1000 is supposed to be coming. And everyone's hyping that chapter, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Sorry for the yawn. And have a nice one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.